Yo, what's up, manga fans? This is Rafa from C Manga, and I'm here to give you a review of this week's chapter of the Breaker New Waves, chapter 136. It wasn't particularly the best chapter today. It was fun to read because of the whole sparring between So-Chun and Shi-Woon. But obviously, after all the teasing, the hype, and I'd say the build-up of the 9 arcs, Dragon's crew being reintroduced into the story, and the whole premise of them going up against the martial arts alliance. It's kind of a bit disappointing that you didn't see them in this chapter, but I guess that was to be expected. They showed last chapter was the cliffhanger of them arriving, and then obviously they're gonna you might say dick tease us and not show it for a good while. But I just have to say the first page actually made me laugh. It's because straight away I had a Street Fighter vibe, because you just saw Shi-Woon pull off that mad high uppercut that looked very similar to Shoryuken, and I just thought, wow, Ken and Ryu would be proud of that. So that was quite funny to see that, but it was quite sick at the same time considering the height of that. But after that, it was mostly like roundhouse kicks, things like that were just thrown at each other, straights and all that. It was basically counters upon counters, and when it looked like Shi-Woon was about to have the upper hand, there was one point where he dodged a punch from So-Chun, and it's like he done a somersault to do like an axe kick, but then So-Chun was going to retaliate to that with a counter punch, but then he kind of twisted his body in mid-air. It was very weird how he pivoted himself and basically aimed to kick with his other foot, and this shocked So-Chun because he was like, whoa, like he anticipated that, and in mid-air he managed to change his movement and basically aim to kick him with a different, obviously, foot. And yeah, as I said, that was interesting, but obviously So-Chun's much more skilled, and he sent him flying with like a up thrust like that with his palm of his hand, and it kind of looked like he wouldn't hit the ceiling, like it looked like he face planted right onto the ceiling and went flying out of the ring. And yeah, basically this is when everyone panicked. Even So-Chun said, oh man, did I do too much to him? It's like Shi-Woon, he gets up as usual, like he's been doing in the past ones. He gets up, he's a tank as usual, and he's like laughing it off, saying, oh, that hurt a bit. He's like, let's continue. And this is when So-Chun's a bit like he's thinking, of all things, like, I've used my Silver Dragon strike on him, and most people don't really get up from that or walk away quite intact, but Shi-Woon managed to get up and he wasn't too bothered by it. And it kind of shows the skill level of these two, how powerful and how skilled they are in the martial arts. I mean, they're still kids, as Jae-Gal said. They're just children, but they're fighting like grandmasters. And this is when he even remembers, it's like, oh, no wonder I was knocked out so easily when Shi-Woon was using the Black Heaven and Earth technique, and he was at the Black Origin threshold mode. He knocked him out easily, so he's basically saying they're a whole different level from me. And so yeah, after they're about to start to get back to their sparring, all we hear is, what the hell is this? And Elder Kwon's basically arrived, and he's saying, why is the guy sparring, doing this kind of high level activity when he should be resting? This is too much strain for him. And So-Chun was trying to be polite, and he introduced himself, and he was cut off promptly. Elder Kwon had no time for him. He's like, oh, no one hear nothing from you. And he tries to preach to Shi-Woon, saying that the Chun-Woo was responsible for the attack that happened to you on the islands. It's like, why are you training with this guy? And he says the reason why he knows this is because one of the people there, obviously we know who, was using the Chun-Woo school martial arts, which is the Hyuk-Shou-Chung. And yeah, so this is the accusations he starts throwing at So-Chun, who doesn't appreciate this at all. He said, this is like, no way, it's my clan would have done this. It's like, I have no idea about this this attack on Shi-Woon. There's no way I would have orchestrated this kind of attack. And he's like, the kind of accusations and things you're throwing out are blasphemy. And it's like, is it because the Sun-Woo clan is so prideful that they have no decency or any respect, and it's like they act disrespectful in the mirror. And this is when things start to get really tense, and Elder Kwon was like, "Are you testing my patience?" But it's like, you're insulting the Sun-Woo. So, and yeah, it's basically like, you know, don't test me, boy, you're just a child still, I'm a grandmaster, and are you sure you want to go down this road? That's pretty much the vibe I got from sorry, the end of this chapter. So yeah, as I said, it was quite quick. The main focus was only on the spar this week. We never got to see Nine Arts Dragon's crew attack the Mirror Martial Arts Alliance, so that will be another time, so I'm not too bothered. But it was, you know, as I said, it was a fun chapter, but it kind of leads to what will happen next time. I'm assuming that Elder Kwon and So-Chun might attack each other, and Shi-Woon would stop them and say that he trusts So-Chun, or he'll probably stop them before they even attack each other, and he'll say he doesn't believe So-Chun was responsible, regardless of the Chun-Woo having some sort of part to play in the attack that happened on the island towards him. He obviously believes him, he's fought him before, he knows he's an honourable person, and as we know, it's is it Jung Chang? Sorry, he's most likely the one who orchestrated stuff like that anyway, considering he's in part of the Chongdu-mong and the SUC. So yeah, I definitely can't see Shi-Woon not defending him. I could see So-Chun most likely, after hearing about this, he's probably going to have to look into his thing and see what the hell has been going on, who's been doing stuff behind his back, and why have they been doing it. And yeah, I think one thing I'm starting to think about was the call that Elder Kwon got last week's chapter wasn't about the Nine Arts. It actually might be about something else more important. I'm not sure what that is at the moment, but I'm starting to think the reason why we didn't hear it is because it wasn't about the Nine Arts attacking the Martial Arts Alliance. If it is, then fair enough, it's that. But you know, this guy is really good at doing his twists and story teasers, so maybe it actually is something more important, and this might have something to do with So-Chun and Shi-Woon. And I said that will probably cause some sort of some rift and tense atmosphere in the future. Like Tom Atkins said, we could probably see a Mexican standoff, like, you know, a three-way showdown between Shi-Woon, Chun-Woo and So-Chun somewhere by near the end of part 2, you know, the break of new ways, and then part 3 would have begun. Like I said, there's a lot to happen in the next few chapters. I think this arc is coming along quite well, and it's definitely going to be quite interesting, fun to read before before New Ways finishes. So yeah, that's all I could say about this chapter. You know, straight to the point, not much happened, but it was fun to read. So you know the usual. If you guys got any opinions, predictions, or comments on this chapter and or the future chapters, leave it in the comment box below. If you enjoyed this chapter and the video, leave us a like, because it not only helps us out, it helps out the series, which I think definitely deserves as much help and publicity as it can get, because it's such a brilliant manhwa. And also, if you're interested in any other stuff we review in this channel, check out our channel and subscribe. And if you missed last week's chapter of the Breaker, you can check it out on the top right, and I'll speak to you guys next time.